What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into one of the most requested reviews analysis, so stick around, you don't want to miss this. But before we get into that, if you're considering a purchase, don't miss out on this incredible discount available right now. Check the description below and the pinned first comment. Now let's not delay any further and jump right into the details. Let's start by delving into the insights shared by our first reviewer.
This reviewer, with 3 decades of experience setting up home computer printers, consistently returns to Canon products. Our reviewer's past experiences with other brands, including 2 instances with a competitor's printers, highlighted unreliable wireless connections and ink-related issues. These negative experiences underscored the enduring appeal of Canon's offerings, despite occasional frustrations found in reviews from other sources. The key differentiator, this client asserts, lies not just in the robust hardware, but also in the simplified software experience. While some might criticize this product's perceived flimsiness, our reviewer, being over 70, appreciates its lightweight design as a significant advantage over its predecessor. The reduced weight makes it significantly easier to handle and move. However, this client emphasizes the need for careful handling to ensure the device's longevity. The most compelling aspect in this client's view is the streamlined software integration, particularly for Mac users. Unlike some competitors' complex software, this product leverages Apple's Bonjour and AirPrint features, enabling a near seamless wireless setup within an hour, straight out of the box. Our reviewer highlights the simplicity of the process, emphasizing that for Mac users, direct interaction with the included software disks is unnecessary. This straightforward setup extends to iPads and iPhones, using AirPrint, though this client notes some variability in the location of the share or print icons across different apps. Despite this minor inconvenience, the integration with Apple devices proved efficient and intuitive. One hardware quirk involves the navigational buttons. The directional buttons surrounding the central OK button are largely redundant, as most navigation relies on the 3 horizontal buttons below the screen. The on-screen prompts clearly direct the user to use these 3 buttons, making the setup process, even with a hidden network and complex password, relatively straightforward. Interestingly, this client's network uses MAC address access control, yet the wireless connection functioned without needing to explicitly add the device's MAC address to the permitted list. While the underlying reason for this remains unclear, it enhanced the setup convenience. Although this client acknowledges some initial sticker shock regarding ink cartridge costs, this is viewed within the context of home use, rather than business applications. Furthermore, the adoption of digital document storage, save as PDF, and increased use of the scanning capabilities serve to mitigate the running costs associated with printing. This client underscores the shift away from paper-based archiving and the increased reliance on emailing scanned documents. The relatively low initial cost of the product, in comparison to higher-priced models featuring refillable ink tanks, is also highlighted as a positive aspect. This client's reduced printing needs justify this cost-effectiveness. The printer's automatic sleep mode and the clear on-screen prompt for paper type selection are cited as unexpectedly useful features, enhancing the overall positive experience.
Fantastic. Now, let's see what insights our next reviewer has to offer.
This reviewer details their experience with a new all-in-one wireless printer, noting that this review is based on minimal use within the first week of ownership. Initially, our reviewer encountered difficulties during the setup process. Attempts to establish a wireless connection using the printer's default settings repeatedly resulted in unsuccessful setup error messages. Further attempts, including using a USB cable and following the manufacturer's online instructions, also failed. Undeterred, this client contacted the manufacturer's technical support via their online chat function. After speaking with a technician, This client was connected to what they believed to be a network technician who, during a remote session, claimed to have detected a level 3 breach and a foreign IP address compromising their computer. A rather ominous image was displayed, purportedly depicting the perpetrator. The technician then aggressively solicited a substantial fee for services to resolve this alleged breach on both the reviewers and their spouses' computers, manipulating the price downward based on the reviewer's age. This client immediately recognized this as a scam attempt and refused the services. The attempted scam was especially disconcerting for this client, who possesses significant experience in the high-tech industry. Their background made this deceptive tactic particularly jarring and emphasized the unprofessionalism of the individuals representing the manufacturer's technical support. Ultimately, the issue was resolved not by the manufacturer, but through the expertise of a friend and the reviewer's spouse, revealing that the initial problem stemmed solely from an incorrect WPA2 security mode setting on their home router, completely unrelated to any cybersecurity breach. Consequently, this client strongly advises against relying on this particular manufacturer's technical support in the future, noting the traumatic and ultimately unnecessary experience. This client's experience highlights a significant issue with the quality of technical support offered and underscores the importance of independent verification of any claims made by unsolicited technical assistance.
Great! Now let's see what our next reviewer has to say about their experience.
This reviewer recounts their experience with a versatile home printer, scanner, and copier combo purchased to facilitate their studies. Our reviewer, a college student, sought a device that offered convenience, affordability, and a modern aesthetic, all without sacrificing essential features. Their primary motivations were the ability to print study materials remotely and avoid the need for frequent trips to campus. The device met these expectations admirably. This client was particularly pleased by the inclusion of starter ink cartridges for all colors, a welcome surprise that represented immediate cost savings. The expectation had been only black ink, so the full color set significantly enhanced the value proposition. This initial supply proved sufficient for several months of regular use, allowing this client to defer the cost of replacement cartridges. Furthermore, the ease of wireless connectivity impressed our reviewer. The setup process, while described as slightly more involved than anticipated, was ultimately straightforward and achievable by anyone familiar with either Windows or macOS systems. The ability to print wirelessly from both computers and mobile devices like iPhones and iPods was a significant advantage, contributing to the overall user-friendliness. Beyond its functionality, this client emphasized the printer's attractive and compact design. The sleek, all-black exterior seamlessly integrated into their workspace, avoiding the bulky aesthetic often associated with similar devices. The modern interface, both on the device itself and within the printer's software settings, enhanced the overall positive impression. However, our reviewer did note a minor drawback. The initial setup process proved slightly more challenging than expected. While this was eventually overcome with patience, and a small initial paper alignment issue was easily resolved, it did present a momentary hurdle for this client. Overall, despite a slightly complicated initial setup, this client expressed overwhelmingly positive sentiments regarding their purchase. This versatile device proved to be a reliable and efficient tool for their schoolwork, exceeding expectations in terms of value, ease of use, and aesthetic appeal. This client confidently recommends this printer, scanner, and copier combination to anyone seeking a high-quality and convenient device for home, work, or educational use. The combination of wireless capability, included ink, and modern design cemented its position as a worthwhile investment. And that's a wrap. Like, subscribe, and drop a comment if you've got thoughts. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.